Hello friends, hello. Welcome to my astrology channel. I am Ozan Kortbailey. Here I am again. We are together again for weekly astrology and planets, planetary positions, and horoscope interpretations. As you know, we shot the first video yesterday. Next week, the Venus retrograde ends. Now this week, Mercury retrograde, the shadow phase of Mercury's retrograde ends. Next week, after the Venus retrograde ends, we will get past the shadow phase. This, of course, will reflect somewhat on our lives, on certain aspects of our lives. Now, we will review these reflections all together. Yesterday, we started from Aries and reached Virgo. Virgo is done. Today, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. We will review the last 6 signs. If you want, let's start right away, because there is much more work to do. We are translating in 6 languages, 5 languages. Mayday, mayday. Sun sign and rising sign Libras. The moon next week will be in Scorpio, will be in Sagittarius, and we will end the week in Capricorn, approaching Pluto. This is for Libras with Libra rising. F number 2, F number 3, and F number 4, coinciding with home. If we also consider the owner of the 2nd house in the zodiac, Taurus sign, so our comfort zone and personal values, our savings. The subject of the 3rd house is our thoughts. Should we bring our thoughts to life or should we not? Short trips related to this. Because once we bring it to life, it can spread throughout our entire life. That is the 9th house, lifestyle and philosophy. To be able to do this, we can get support from close surroundings and siblings next week. There might be a sharing of thoughts. At the end of next week, the moon will move into Capricorn. And this is your 4th house. Its ruler in the zodiac is Cancer. And it is your area of security, your ancestors. It is the process of reviewing the points you are comfortable with and certain about for dear sun sign and ascendant sign Cancers. What does this mean for these Cancers? Now, if we consider other planets, Mercury's retrograde has ended. With Mercury now in direct motion, communication and thought become more positive, and luck plays a more significant role, naturally opening up paths in communication. However, there is a Venus retrograde. It's in question. There are shadow sides of the Venus retrograde. There is a conjunction with Saturn. It still remains stable. The Sun in your 7th house indirectly involves Mars in serious matters and serious relationships. In your career house, it seems to open up your path. Next week, it's time to seriously start something. Because while the Sun is in the 7th house, it's beneficial to make the most of it. Therefore, we should also reassess our values. Dear Libras, have we reassessed our values and reinforced our thoughts? And share this with those in our close circle, with those we trust according to ourselves. And finally, put the finishing touch on everything. When it comes to light, with the moon in Capricorn and Saturn, see it and move forward with brand new events in the following week. Progress, there is a flow right now. For dear Libra ascendants, next week, if you act accordingly, leaving behind a very profitable week is not difficult for you. Exactly. Quite nice. If there are Libras who want to start something, now is the perfect time. The perfect time. Acting accordingly can be very advantageous and profitable for you. You might also want to reinforce this in your emotional life. Because now, as you know, Pluto is in your 5th house. From there, coming with its gifts. From the 5th house, because there is a very strong gravitational field. Pluto is there. It's entirely up to you to take this into account and evaluate it very well, dear Libras. Now let's move on to sun sign and rising sign Scorpios. Aha, Achdug. Friends with Scorpio as their sun sign and rising sign. For you, the situation initially involves the effort to foresee what's ahead. The first house, the second house, the third house. Foreseeing what's ahead and, if necessary, going on an exploration. Going on an exploration. The sun in the sixth house, going on an exploration for your organizations. Reviewing your values, checking your values, and since Venus's past retrograde shadow events are still relevant, my request from you, dear Scorpios, is not to dwell too much on past accounts. If you don't linger, you can progress beautifully. By the end of the week, instead of scrutinizing everything, the entire past. What if this happens? What if that happens? No, you will dig. As you know, you are a Scorpio. You will dig, but because you are fixed. While digging, you might dig a little, even too much. I mean, if you don't want to reach the magma, next week, the magma, and after that, the Earth's crust. Well, here are the lavas. What's over there? Did you look? Did you look? There are lavas beneath this now. There's nothing beyond this. I wonder if we can build the future now. Mr. Scorpion, let me check the temperature of the lavas. Then it comes. What's it to you? What's it to you? Why are you interfering with him? What's it to you? Why don't you go and use the Pluton like a door to secure your own safety there? And act accordingly, my friend. Don't make the guy sick. Oh my God. But if you insist, it's up to you. Without a snorkel into that magma, if you find yourself in that situation, I won't interfere at all. Should I dive in here? Now. Should I enter here without a snorkel? Dude, it's all talk over there. Are you sure? I need to check. Be curious. That water will definitely flow and you'll see what's there. If you go a bit deeper, you'll come out on the other side of the world. You noticed, didn't you? Then you can load it onto a truck. Leave it. Sweet, turn back. Mr. Peeker with relatives. Otherwise, you'll get into trouble. Later on, we're in the year 2027. Oh my God. Have I been digging for 2 years? Yes. Let's move on for now to Sagittarius signs. Flying PS lights, dear Sagittarians, dear Sagittarians. Yes, you will progress with completions. Why do I say completions? Because the moon is in Scorpio. Scorpio is your 12th house. Everything we have previously overlooked. A process has been prepared where things will be presented to you in a way of completion. And not just in a way of completion, but secretly, with hidden events secretly popping up in front of you. Aren't you tired of dealing with the past? The past. Where did you get that from, Mr. Yash? Procrastinating things doesn't always work. In fact, it almost never works. We'll handle it later. We'll handle it later. We'll handle it later. What will you do when the egg is at the door, when it comes to that point? Next week, it comes to that point. Adank. You also automatically handle it there next week. You handle it there, you handle it there, you handle it there, you handle it there. But how far can you handle it? That is the question. Because while Jupiter is giving you plenty of luck in your 7th house, how quickly you will close the past. If you postpone it again, it will come up in such a way. Pluto is in Aquarius. This also comes from your close environment because Pluto in Aquarius is in your 3rd house. Pluto's presence there, the immense quantum flow there, while you could utilize it. Why would you distract yourself with the past? Understand? As long as you postpone, you will return back. What you postpone, it's up to you. I'm just hanging out like this. I'm fine like this. I'm the speed of light. I'm everything. I'm in this. I'm in that. I'm over there. It doesn't matter. You're the one who will get tired, man. Didn't he say the last word? You should have learned this lesson from it. Clearly. And at the end of the week, when the moon enters Capricorn, at the beginning of the week, you will experience the 12th house, but there is the shadow phase of Venus standing like a door there. If that creates the same effect on you, then what will you do? This means that next week smoke might be coming out of you. You noticed, didn't you? I noticed. How does it handle me? Light speed donkey. I'll see. Next week, the speed of light. I'll see next week. There's nothing to do there. Next week, a very fast process with double stitching awaits you, according to that, because the sun is in your 5th house. You'll need to do everything from within and with your creativity. You'll emerge in the middle right after the start of the week. While Sagittarius is in the 1st house outside, we are already completing the week in Capricorn. There, the accountant will be interested in the values. Let's see what answer you'll give there. We'll see the week together. Exactly, we'll see. And we'll see it in a very clear way. There's something called shame, you know? Oh my God, of course. Now, let's come to Capricorn, Archers. Oh, Capricorn. Sometimes you need to start from scratch. Exactly. You already need to start from scratch. What are we talking about based on this? The moon is in Scorpio in your 11th house. This means that at the beginning of the week, everything will progress with events not dependent on you. If external sources either delay or insist, then what will happen? Or if they try to manipulate you, what will you do then? Of course, it's beneficial to calculate every possibility to be respected. Because next week the flow will be from the 11th, 12th, and 1st houses. The sun from the 4th house says, in your Mercury, with its exit from retrograde, I feel a function to restart things. As a Capricorn, I've taken care of external resources. The course to start something new remains. Now, that flaw remains. Skip that part. Next week, you might want to restart something by following your instincts. You might want to fully take control of things now, because Pluto says, in your house of values, I want to be in charge. I want the managerial power of something to be in my hands. Who are you? I am Pluto in the usual 2nd house of your ascendant. And think about the Aquarius sign. Okay, Aquarius is collective, but only halfway. The client will say, I'm Capricorn, I secure my work. Events in the coming week. At the beginning of the week, events related to external sources might bother you. Just so you know. After that, the moon will move into Sagittarius and you will complete things. And the end of the week has come and I'm still going to start over. Are you going to the printing house? No. Between the minister and meat. I'm looking from Google Earth. Google Earth confirms it exactly from there. Oh my God, what's this rush? There's something called shame. Count the ones before this. Then, come on. Count the ones before this. Should you have done it there? Oh my God, of course. Of course, Mars is nudging in the 7th house. Come on. Come on, come on, I'm coming. Come on, sun, make sure it doesn't come out. Sun, don't touch, don't play. It's nudging there. Let's see you pick the stones out of the rice, sir. But you will go towards starting, just so you know. Then, don't say other signs did it. I couldn't. You will do it. No problem. The problem is your perspective on problems. Who is your ruling planet, bro? Saturn. What does Saturn represent? The girl said she controlled the problems. Problematic. She controlled the problems. It does not represent. I am the complementary element. You represent focusing on development. You forget development by focusing on controlling the problem. You're a workaholic, all right? Why? Develop. Because you represent the 10th house. Develop. You're a workaholic, all right? I have no issue with that. But there's something called shame. There's something called shame, but there's nothing to be done. Develop. Does what you represent align with what you're doing? I am the complementary element. Is there something missing there? You go ahead, I'll complete it anyway. I am Saturn. I am obliged to complete. It counts as completing my duty in the universe. The boys? You focus on development. Then look, even though I am your ruling planet, if Pluto asks me, what will happen to the boy? What about Kekete? What should I do, man? Oh my God. I'm telling you to go ahead, I'll complete it. There might be a problem. There might be a problem. Problem. Oh my God. What should I do? What should I do? No. It's a shame. Is there anything? No way. No way. It won't work. Won't work. Not impossible. You can do it, but it won't work. Let me tell you now. Let's come now. Let's come now. To the Aquarius signs, dear Aquariuses, in the name of the power of shadows. In the name of the power of shadows based on the positions of the planets. Mars is now in its 6th house. Advancing routines and organizations indirectly. Why are you going about it indirectly? Because Mars is in Cancer, it cannot act directly. Because Mars, Aries, is the king of the earth, and it also represents the sun in a way. It represents the sun. It logically says so, but Cancer is not logical. It represents the crab and the moon, the exact opposite. In this case, progress is made not directly, but through indirect organizations. Mr. Koma. But a lot of luck will come your way, because Jupiter is in your 5th house. You will find plenty of opportunities to create things there. This has been the case since the beginning of the year. You should master your own planet in the 4th house. The 4th house has its own planet, or the young person governed by the local storm. It's uncertain when its ruling planet will do what. Is it in Turkish then? Where is the mind going? I am going there? I just thought of something. I'm coming. The last time you thought of something, you were gone for 6 months. In the market, son. Exactly. We searched and searched, but couldn't find you. There's nothing to be done. Some people have seen you occasionally. Some people have seen you occasionally. May you be entrusted to God. If there were, some people would have seen it. Nothing else happened. Pluto, ever since it moved to the 1st house, you haven't been easy to deal with. As you know, it's not going to happen. You'd better think of something with a letter. Let something come to your mind. Why don't you think of something? Now be an average dust for 6 months, but the next 16 months are mine. I was very pleased, brother. My dear, I was very pleased. You should ask those around you. Exactly, you should ask those around you. Next week, the moon will be in Scorpio, and we will have a return in the Kiriel house. This also means some of your calculations need to be reviewed. In fact, there are some completions and reckonings related to the past. These are the shadow phases of Venus retrograde, just so you know. By the middle of the week, the moon. I was going to say Aquarius, because the 11th house is Aquarius. That's why. The moon. In Sagittarius, the middle of next week will be quite fast-paced and instructive for those with rising Aquarius signs. And together with Jupiter in the opposite house, some past events, mistakes, and confrontations with oneself. The 3 confrontations. You will be able to easily overcome the troubles that cannot emerge from confrontations. Jupiter uses love for you well. The question is, if you use Jupiter well, to consider Mars's actions with its monetary movements there. Let me speak directly about Agat's topic in that way. You need to take this into account as well. Since the sun is in your 3rd house, why aren't you using this in the most profound way? While doing this, it's time to start flowing with what you will do together with your close circle. Dear Koma, Next week, it will start nudging you more so that the following week you will initiate this, because Venus will no longer remain in its current phase. It will not remain in its shadow year phase. They all have already moved to your second house, so to speak. The house of values. Mercury is there. Venus is there. Saturn is there. Mercury left last week. Saturn is in the thing. What's its name? Venus retrograde next week. It's all coming together, completely finishing. Think about it. Think about it. Now, take me as a reference. Since last week, in 5 languages, I've been adding YouTube comments. I started with the end of Mercury's retrograde. Take me as a reference and move forward. I'm doing it. Now, the man is doing it. Why don't I have anything? You need to ask that to yourself. Why not? Because I go with the flow. If you're not going with it, the problem can't be with the flow. Because there is a flow. That's why I'm doing it. Question these for next week. What am I missing? Mr. Kovar, you represent the higher consciousness, but only to a certain extent. There's a point where decency comes into play. With Saturn, Mercury, and Venus in your second house, and the Sun in the third house, fear God. In Proton, being in the first house creates an immense magnetic effect for you there. If you're standing still, those who ask you, are you married to this family? This family seems married. What does it have to do with me? I have nothing. Kostu, good, is lying inside. Now let's come to the esteemed Pisces signs this week. The luckiest sign in the zodiac, the luckiest, the most fortunate sign this week. The zodiac's luckiest sign. It's a colorful week this week, dear Pisces. This week, give the enthusiasm. Give the enthusiasm. Why give? Give the production. Give the production. What's the reason? Man. The moon is in the 9th house. Who is the owner of the 9th house? Sagittarius. Who is the visible manager, sir? Jupiter. Which signs are ruled by Jupiter? Pisces. Sagittarius. Come on. You will progress with its fortunes right at the beginning of the week. Okay. Where is Jupiter? In the 4th house, my son. Luck upon luck, really. Luck upon luck. It will progress. Mars is already in the house of creativity, in your 5th house. Do whatever your heart desires. Jupiter is literally saying, let me support you. Are you doing it? You are doing it. Are you doing it? Let me put the sentence in reverse. You can start the week with very good fortunes related to this. While the moon is in Scorpio, you can go through an incredible transformation like a fish. Mercury and Venus retrograde are in your 1st house. In your 1st house. How much luckier can you get? What more do you need to ask? After that, the moon will move into Sagittarius, into your career house. Double luck. Saturn is also already in your 1st house. The moon will move into Sagittarius, into the 10th house. Who is the ruling planet of the 10th house? Saturn. Where is Saturn? In your 1st house. I'm tired of saying there's such a thing as shame. Think about what that means. And from there, the moon will move into Capricorn. Who is the ruling planet of Capricorn? Saturn, the 6th planet from the sun, known for its stunning rings, is once again positioned in the 1st house for these individuals. This astrological placement is significant as the 1st house represents the self, identity, and how one is perceived by others. Saturn's presence here suggests a period of introspection and self-evaluation. It's as if time is ticking away from the filter, indicating a gradual shift or transformation in their personal. Can you explain? Come on, you'll stay. I set the alarm. It didn't go off. Was this the best you knew? Didn't buy it, did they? And you're asking. You need to do this. Everything with emotions. You will take the plan of creativity, dear. Pisces, you will take the plan of creativity. If you get too caught up in emotional life next week, because there's also vibrancy in the emotional life I call colorful, then you're a daisy. Let me tell you in advance. But I was trying to do it over that. Won't work. After all, you didn't leave the place with the person in front of you. And you won't enter the place you're going with the person in front of you. Don't make me teach you. Anyway, that's all from me for now. I'll see you next week. That's all from me for now, friends. Ali and Dershi. Oh my.